I had an interesting question posed to me from a person who is not sick, but their spouse is sick. And they asked me a question, kind of went like this. Does my spouse prefer to be sick over being well? Their question was more based on, why wouldn't you try, different stuff? Because they read my book and they looked at it and they brought it to their spouse, and their spouse said, "Nah, I ain't doing that." And they can't understand why wouldn't they try. They put themselves in their shoes. They go to medicine. The person has medicine, and they're going to the next level, which is probably going to be surgery. And they're just biding their time to, one piece after another piece after they're getting swallowed up by the illness and the treatments as well. So this person talked to me, and they basically said, why does my spouse want to be sick? Why wouldn't you try something like this? Why wouldn't you fight to do something, feel better? Why wouldn't you, change your diet? Why wouldn't you try herbs over medicine? Why wouldn't you, and this person came at me very frustrated. And I kind of answered. I answered in a way that I know, and sometimes I think some people do like to be sick, not all people. I think some people feel, some people are just tired and they just can't do anymore, and they just, they're depressed. I feel some people like the attention of being sick. I think some people, they look at the whole picture as overwhelming. There's a lot of reasons why, sickness can prevail in someone's life. Sometimes they're just plain sick. Maybe there isn't something that they can do. And then they kind of threw me at me and said, well, what about you? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you stay with it? Why did you try what you tried? And I'm going to be very blunt with you. I thought I was going to fail, but I didn't. But I tried. And I explained to him, I says, I went out, my next place was surgery. I didn't want the surgery. I thought, and I was so far gone, I got to a point that I was so depressed and down and everything else that it didn't matter to me. So I says, what the hell, I might as well try this. And then it became a little adventure. It was like, oh, hey, this kind of worked. Hey, this kind of worked. And then it was just like, putting one small step forward every day, saying, hey, I can trick my brain. Hey, I can trick my intestines. And they kept reinforcing to me, they're saying, but look at you, you did it, you did it. How do I get my spouse to do this? How do I get him to believe? How do I... And it's individual. I get frustrated too. I get frustrated when I see good people and they're looking at me and they say to me, I can't meditate. They don't even try. They've never sat down, they've never done... I can't do that. Why? You haven't tried. Maybe you don't have an interest for it. Fine. I don't have an interest. Say that. But when your life depends on it, you got to kind of, do a little bit more work than just say, I can't do that. If you're in a raging river and you don't know how to swim, you can make a choice. You can kick your feet and flail your arms and hope for the best, or you can just go down with the water and stop breathing and give up. I don't know what kind of message I'm giving right now, but that's true. There's a time where you gotta fight, and you just keep fighting and you keep fighting until you got no fight left. Either you're going to be on top or you're going to be dead. that's it. There's nothing left. You know, you read about people in India and you know, people dying and they're fighting for their lives, and it's just tough, and they make it and some don't. And that's what sickness is. It's either some make it, some don't. I remember a story. I was at the store I work at, and this woman came in and she sat down and talked to me one day, and she was talking to me, and we were talking about meditation and stuff, and she had 6 months to live, and she had cancer. And she looks at me, she was telling me the whole story, and I'm totally engrossed, and I thought it was kind of funny because she looked at me, that was 10 years ago. And I started laughing, and she's just smiled at me because I kind of gave her a little history of my life, and she looked at me and she says, "You're a lot like me. I didn't have time to be sick." I hope this message hit you in the right way, and I want to thank the person who gave me the question, because it gave me time to think and thought and give me some, you know, stuff to talk about. If this question's hitting you hard and you're shaking your head like, you know, what the hell do they know? Start thinking about it. There's people out there that heal every day, and there's people out there that don't make it every day, and there's miracles every day, and it's up to you, and it's up to us. And I hope this finds you in the right thought. Okay? Have a good night. Thank you very much.